What's up, guys? I am Rizo, and today is Universal Villain ABX Day. Well, when I'm recording this, it's Universal ABX Day, but it got me wondering who is the next Universal Villain ABX meta? Because I'm sure a lot of players are probably getting tired of using Thanos. I know I am. And Thanos is my all-time favorite Marvel character. He's really good in PvP with a regen, and players like myself don't want to spend 600 crystals to swap out a rage so that we can use him in PvP content like Timeline, Alliance Tournament, and Alliance Conquest. We recently got a nice shakeup with Tier 3 Odin with his new uniform, and Captain Marvel has been the Universal Hero ABX meta since her update that coincided with her movie. So it's nice that Odin replaces her for that day. But she still is needed for Universal Female Hero Day, so there's that. But who will be the next Universal Villain meta? I'm going to start off with some missed opportunities or lack thereof, right? Starting off with Hela. I mean, she is or was, depending on what book you're reading, the goddess of hell, or the queen of hell in the comic books, right? And you also have to acknowledge that in Thor Ragnarok, she was super OP. But she was never meta. She was always left in the lurch. Like, she was an okay character, but she was never meta. And that kind of sucks for her character. Because she is a pretty cool character. And then we have Ultron. Is who I want to talk about now, is Ultron. And he was never meta. That is sad. I mean, it's Ultron. The super bot, you know? As Mark Ruffalo's character called him, a super bot, right? A super murder bot, I should say, actually, I think it was, or something like that. But anyway, he is like one of the Avengers' most fearsome opponents, you know? But he was never meta. And it's a bit sad because he is a very well-known villain in the Marvel Universe. But yet in Marvel Future Fight, he just was very lackluster. And the funny thing is that he had a small rework in the past. And it really didn't do much for him. I think it like added like a couple iframes or something. But, you know, it wasn't anything to write home about. And then we have the most recent Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is, I think, one of the biggest travesties. Because he was instantly loved. Like, as soon as Donny Cates introduced him in Thanos, he was instantly loved. Like, everybody loved this character. I mean, I've looked on eBay and seen, I think it's Thanos issue 13, I believe it was, is his first appearance. And that thing is going for like upwards of like $300 right now on eBay. And it's just going up. The value of that book is just going up. But yet, to me, this was like the biggest missed opportunity. Like, I honestly think he should have replaced Thanos for Universal ABX, Villain ABX Day. But here's the problem with him. So Thanos has an invincibility on his first skill, and he has 2 instant iframes with 4 and 5. And then also the iframe in his tier 3. So like in ABX, he hardly ever gets guard broken or interrupted. His skills hardly ever, if ever, get interrupted. But one thing with Cosmic Ghost Rider is that he's constantly getting interrupted. His 5th skill is not an instant iframe, so like as he's doing his wind up, if the Frost Beast lunges or swipes, you get interrupted. You go to do his 4th skill, which I feel like it should have had an invincibility on it, which would have helped a lot. I mean, if you're not going to give the character super armor or immune to guard break, at least give him an invincibility on one of his skills. And 4 would have been the perfect one. His 4th skill would have been perfect. Power Cosmic Pulse would have been perfect with a invincibility. But that also gets interrupted, and that does a ton of damage if you land it. If you combo it with his 3rd skill, you do 3 cancel into 4. He does a lot of damage, but it gets interrupted because there's nothing keeping him from getting guard broken. So that was a big disappointment. I wish he would have got a better kit. Or, I mean, they could have... I mean, why not give him super armor, at least on his uniform? You don't have to give Punisher, Frank Castle, Punisher, like, super armor. You could have at least give this uniform a super armor. That would have been nice. But it is what it is. I wish they would have done him more justice, because he's a fun character to play with, and I feel like his moves are like, his skills are pretty, and his movement is pretty fluid. Like, it, you know, it's easy to transition from one skill to another. I believe all the skills are cancelable. You can cancel all the skills if you want to. Pretty sure. I think I've done that because I've been trying to test him out in ABX. But it sucks. Not to mention that now he doesn't have his bike anymore. It would have been nice if they just re-rendered the bike and made it a little more high def or something. But yeah, a tragedy. All right, I'm running out of time, so moving on. The next characters I want to talk about is heroes turning into villains with uniforms, through uniforms. The first up is Captain Marvel. I don't know if you've read, it was pretty recent, but they'll probably give, if they made her a villain through the Last Avenger, like, they'll probably call it the uniform The Last Avenger. It was a storyline where she is controlled by this being called, oh, spoiler alert, by the way, if you don't want to hear this, spoiler alert, skip ahead maybe about a minute. But she gets controlled by a being called Vox Supreme and is made to eliminate the Avengers. And it seems like she killed Thor and Iron Man, but it is later revealed that she didn't. Don't want to go too far into it, so if you haven't read it and are interested in the story, you should definitely check it out. Her costume looks dope. Like it looks amazing. Just look it up. Captain Marvel: The Last Avenger. Just look it up. It looks amazing. I would love to see that as a uniform, a Universal Villain uniform for Captain Marvel. It would be awesome. And you guys are probably gonna hate me for this, but Jean Grey with a Dark Phoenix uniform. That would be an awesome Universal Villain uniform for Jean Grey. And I know that Jean Grey is already OP as it is and doesn't need another expensive uniform, but I have to say that it would be awesome if she got that uniform. Okay, moving on. Another one is Adam Warlock as the Magus. Now, the Magus is basically an evil future version of Adam Warlock that travels back into time to convince Warlock that he can be the most powerful being if he chooses the path that leads him to becoming the Magus. Oh, the Magus, sorry, the Magus. Yeah. Weird storyline. Cause you know what? I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I mean, it's pretty old. It's a pretty old storyline, and I think it happened like 3 times now. I think it first happened in like, I think it was in Infinity Wars. Actually, I think it happened in Infinity Wars. So, I don't know. It would be awesome if he got the Magus uniform. It looks super cool. It's just an evil version of Adam Warlock, and that would be a dope Universal Villain uniform for him. And then also if he got a tier 3 with it, along with it, that would be awesome. So that would, you know, definitely make him, I don't know if it would make him the next ABX meta, but it would definitely make him awesome, and I would love to see it. Who knows how they would build him, if they would make him for PvP or PvE. We don't know, but it would be an awesome uniform for him, and along with a tier 3. So that's another suggestion. And of course, the last 3 monsters that I'm gonna talk about, starting with Dormammu. He's getting a rework, as mentioned in the dev notes, and most likely getting a uniform along with the rework, like how Odin did. What look they're using for his new uniform, I don't know. Guess we just have to wait and find out. But he was once an amazing character in both PvP and PvE, depending on how you built him. He was hard to kill in PvP. He was a very, very difficult character to kill in PvP, and to make matters worse, he has a revive, so that made it harder to defeat him. So that double life, man. If he comes back, and I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be the next ABX meta or if he's gonna be the next PvP meta, but either way, we're getting him for sure. I like him either way. I don't care how they make him, if he's PvP or PvE. He's long overdue for his rework. So looking forward to that. And next is Doom. I forgot to click on Dormammu. I'm over here just ranting about Dormammu and didn't even click on him. Sorry about that. But Doom. Next is Doom. And I would think that he would get his God Doom uniform from Secret Wars, that white one. It's a fan favorite for sure. I've seen multiple players post up on social media about how much they would love to see Doom with a tier 3 and this uniform. And I would too. I mean, I don't know if you read Secret Wars. It was crazy. I mean, spoiler alert. He goes up face to face with Thanos. He shoves his hand through Thanos' chest and rips out his spine. And then Thanos disintegrates into ash. It was crazy. Super OP. Super OP. So I definitely would love to see Doom with that God Doom uniform and with a tier 3. It would be, I mean, him and Dormammu and Adam Warlock and Jean Grey would be very, very expensive builds. But I would love to see them nonetheless. Regardless, I mean, we can't have, you know what I mean? We gotta choose our poisons, man. I mean, we want to see these characters, you know, well built. We're gonna have to pay for them, you know. So, and last but not least, we have AntiMan. He's a bit of a stretch, because we rarely have seen Netmarble give uniforms or reworks to their paywall / semi-farmable characters. And to be honest, I don't know of any other look for AntiMan. But he was once ABX, an ABX meta. And who knows if he'll ever return to that status. But it is kind of sad, you know, like there was that whole debacle with the Ultimates and how they were released, and you know how you could get and obtain, you know, AntiMan and Blue Marvel and Nova. But he definitely, I mean, they did a new rendering on him, you know. So, you know, maybe hopefully down the line he'll at least get a his potential, you know. I mean, he's still a good character. Like, I mean, I only use him for Shadowland, but he's still a good character. He can do some pretty high stages of Shadowland, so maybe if he did get a uniform, you know, and his potential, maybe he might be a lot better. Maybe we could use him in other content besides Shadowland, like World Boss Ultimate or something, or GBR. You know, that'd be nice. Be a nice change. But will he be an ABX meta again? I don't know. But those are the suggestions with our current roster. These are characters that exist, obviously, and still exist in here. But if they brought in new Universal Villain ABX characters, I would love to see maybe Null, the symbiote god, which would be awesome, because then maybe we'll get a symbiote update with it. Because we all know Carnage and Venom desperately need some TLC. Maybe we will get them during the upcoming crossover event with Null later this year. I would also like to see Blackheart. I'm just like reminiscing about playing Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. And speaking of that, Shumagurath is another one. Although he could also be a good GBR boss. I would also say Kang the Conqueror, but they'd probably make him Blast type. Maybe even the classics like Terex the Tamer or Morg. I don't know. Well, who do you think should be the next Universal Villain ABX meta? Comment down below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future content. And y'all take it easy. Peace.